How's it? Sean from Combat Simulations. Cauldrons of War Barbarossa, the Moscow Counteroffensive. This is the scenario we're going to be playing today, as the Axis, as Germans. Alright, so before we get started, please subscribe to my channel. It's free. And also leave comments and suggestions. And watch my videos. It helps me a lot. And also like them. It helps me a lot. Alright, so the Moscow Counteroffensive as the Germans. Okay, Moscow Counteroffensive, December the 6th, 1941 to January the 7th, 1942. The Wehrmacht's intense offensive in the direction of Moscow has just lost all vigor. The Germans, to the last of their strength, are not able to advance anymore. This is the moment that General Zhukov waited patiently to give the signal for a counteroffensive. The Wehrmacht will find itself on the defensive for the first time. Will retreat, but the Soviets will quickly understand that General Winter is on its own side. All right, let's launch it. Okay, it's time to rest. Lacking strength and supplies, our troops had to stop a few kilometers from Moscow, defeated by the General Winter. The enemy is exhausted, just like us. What a pity that we could not end this campaign before the climatic conditions prevented us from finishing our work. After a few months of wintering and resting, we will attack again. By then, the Eastern Front, draped in heavy white coat, will be very quiet. Should be very quiet. Okay, so we gain victory points by achieving the following objectives. The enemy has not completed any operation. Okay, that means if they attack, we got to make sure they don't complete it. 12 points. That's a big one. If the enemy has no bridgehead in Crimea, it's 2 points. For each eliminated Soviet army is 1 point. For each eliminated German army, it's minus 8 points. That doesn't sound too good. For each eliminated German corps, minus 2 points. For each German division eliminated, minus 1. So we lose, if we lose a German army, we lose 8 points. If we lose a corps, only 2. Geez, that's a lot. And any operation or any counteroffensive that he launches, he must not complete before the end of the scenario. And he has no bridgehead in Crimea. Okay, let's just see if we can do this. Arctic convoys. British Arctic convoys are delivering tons of aid via Murmansk. We have no idea how much they've delivered, but in the air and on the ground, the British materials have begun appearing on the front lines. Reserves of tank in the West Front, plus 4. Reserves of trucks in the West Front, plus 4. And reserves of planes in the West Front, plus 2. Von Kluch backs down. Head of the 4th Army, General von Kluch took the initiative to fall back behind the Nara River and put his troops on the defensive position. Von Bock, commander-in-chief of the Army Group Center, is dismayed. He had in fact just forbidden this retreat. The other generals of the Army Group Center took offense at this uncooperative colleague who retreated instead of supporting their offensive efforts. Perhaps they underestimated the dismal state of the 4th Army. Von Bock seems to be losing his authority. Dismissing a rebel general may allow him to retain some semblance of command. Okay, now we've got to figure out, this is a tough decision. So if von Kluch goes, command for the army group center plus 1. So we get an extra point, and the 4th Army is pinned and its line stretched. Now is not the time to change a general. Barbarity plus 1. The 4th Army is in reserve. The 4th Army gains defense. I prefer this one. I know. We get the extra thing, but I think, okay, we get an extra barbarity, yeah, but the 4th Army is in reserve and it gains defense in depth, which we need. I'm going to take that one. Von Kluch backs down. Von Kluch is really talented at making enemies for now. He still has the Führer's confidence. Less passive than his detractors describing, the general immediately put hordes of civilians to work at building fortifications and consolidating his positions in depth. If the Soviets go on the offensive, he will know how to receive them. Barbarity plus 1, the 4th Army is put in reserve and gains the defense in depth trait. All right, that's important because we got to stop any, hello. Look at this. Look at this, bro. How far is he? He's 10%. If we can't stop any of these offensives, guess what? You understand? Big time, big time. That's 12 points. So we've got to keep carefully. Do we have any reserves in any of these guys? Okay, we've got 2 divisions over there. Cores. We've got these cores over here. And we have some cores over here. But they like security cores. We've got, this is a good... But it's just like a division, man. Alright. He's got nothing. Let me just see what he has here before we run off into the sunset and start making hastily plans. This is a defensive battle for the Germans. Alright, let's start with Romania. He's got 3 points here. Obviously, here's the first problem. Okay, and there's 3 points. This is part of Group South. It's not. It's this. You see, he's got Romania's got 3 points, but there's nothing we can do with Romanian command. So the 3 points is there's no. So it's Army Group South with the 3 points. Let's just look over here. Eesh. Okay, it's a 2. All right, let's just concentrate on this first. We got 3 points here. He's not making an offensive here. Okay, so that we don't need to worry about this just yet. It needs 2. We'll do something with that. But here, and he's controlling those 2. But here we have to do something. He has to be refit somehow. Okay, the first guy, I'm thinking of defense. It's a 5. Can you believe it? It's a 5. Ugh, he's not going to hold. If I put him in reserve, I could put him in edge, but I can't. He needs to be refit, man. He needs to be refit. There's nothing we can do about it. He can go into... I can put him in reserve, right? Fix him, and then put him back to the front. Or I could entrench this guy, yeah. Hey. Stretched lines. This is a tough decision, man. We could give him an hedgehog defense, but look at his cohesion. Oof. Let's give him a hedgehog. I know. Let's give him a hedgehog. Boom. Done. Okay, he's got, and give this guy an entrenchment. And let's airlift. Does he have, no, it's disputed. Let's airlift this guy. Or shall we? And here as well. Let's give this guy that's the Italian security, and this is the, which one is better? This one. Can we can hedgehog him too. Okay, so that means defense in depth. Okay, let's just see if we can hold that. Yeah, I don't know. But that's going to stop that. Here we're just going to have to fuss bait. He's not made an offensive over there. So we've done with South. Army Group Center. Somebody needs to go and help out over there. We've got 2 O's we could have sent, but I didn't want to send anybody just yet. Now he's got three fronts with this little army of these little armies of his. What's happening here? There's no offensive just yet here, but we've got to pour into our defensives here. This is a 5 as well. Gosh, and he's isolated. How far has he gone on this? He's got a 10%. Okay, he needs to do a defensive withdrawal. We need to bring another guy. Sorry, not this guy. We need to bring another guy to the center, and it's going to have to be him. But look at him. Security Corps, man. Look at this. Gosh. He needs to go to the front. That's for sure. And he needs to hedgehog, I think. He's tired. He's going to have to hang on. And we need to send... Sorry. We need to send this guy... Yeah, we need to send him to the... Where's the... What is this? This is the Aura... This is the Tula Cursed Counteroffensive. Okay, so we need to send him to the Tula Cursed Counteroffensive. Boom. Okay, at least he's bringing. Okay, he's bringing. Alright. Hey. Alright, Army Group North has got... Geez, look at his front. Oh, he's in the stretched lines. Hey. 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 I think our big problem sort of is here. Let's refit him. And let's hedgehog him as well. Okay, then we got one more turn here. Can we refit any of these guys? It's a one front. They just don't get enough points in the game, man. Sure. This is another section I didn't look at. Sorry. But all these fronts, man. Oh. How far is he in this thing? It's 50. He's exhausted, man. I'm going to airlift him. This is a one front. I'm going to put him in reserve. The small guy. And I'm going to have to refit him some other time. Alright, that's all we've got. That's it. We can do nothing with the Romania because there's nothing going on here. Alright, next turn, pray for me. Alright, barbarian cauldrons. The Russian soldier no longer has any illusions about the customs of the Germans. It is now for his homeland that he is now fighting, with the energy and despair and hatred of the invader. Soon enough, the Germans are about to face this increased fighting spirit. No mercy. With each level of barbarity, the Soviet armies gain a bonus. The barbarity score also directly influences the chance of seeing partisans appear. Barbarity score 15, the Soviet armies less easily lose their last cohesion point. Barbarity score 25, the Soviet armies lose their last 2 cohesion points less easily. And 50, they lose their last 3 cohesion points less easily. Now, it's the 13th of December. There's only about 3 turns to this. This is a quick sort of scenario, this. So it ends on the 7th. Tired old battle horses. As the hope of taking Moscow before the end of the year fades, generals and marshals of the Reich, exhausted by this campaign, withdraw one after the other. Field Marshal von Brotich, I can't pronounce his name, reports poor health, closely followed by von Bock. It's probably better that way. They weren't up to the task anyway. The Führer plans to take command of the army himself. Leading operations is more or less within everybody's reach. The real task of the High Command is to educate the army in a National Socialist sense. Now, we've got to figure out. Okay, so if Hitler takes over, command of the Army Group North, Center, and South lose 2 points this turn. Cohesion of the armies of the North, Center, and South go about. This is good. This is good, but we lose the points. So we can't do shit here. A general takes over. Army Group North, Center, and South -1. So they only lose -1 for this turn. Here we lose -2 for this turn, but our cohesions of all armies are +2. This is far better. Let Hitler take over. I think. Okay. Soldiers of the Army and the Waffen FS, the armies of the East, after their victories, unequaled in the history of the world, went on to the defensive under the effect of the sudden arrival of winter. Their duty is to hold out until spring with the same fanaticism which they showed in conquest. To this end, I decided today to take myself the command of the army. Hitler. So the commands of army groups center, north, and south lose two command points. That's bad. I mean, we need. Look at our little. Fair enough. That's bad. But hey, we need cohesion. We The other option was we'd lose one this turn and we get no cohesion. One, but it's only this turn, so we're gonna have to fuss bait with that. The road of life. Our frozen lakes, like Lagoga, sleds, and increasingly large convoys of trucks begin to circulate. This lifeblood allows to supply Leningrad, but also to evacuate the wounded or art pieces. Often bombed, this dangerous road could just as easily have been called the road to death. The cohesion of Soviet armies in Leningrad increases by two, and the city is not or no longer considered isolated. Eesh. The Panzer Cemetery. General Winter has done more to defeat your panzers than the best Russian generals. With such negative temperatures, using trucks and tanks for excessive offensives is out of the question. I agree. Even with oil and fuel adapted to the cold, the machines break down one after the other. Panzers are sometimes abandoned in the middle of the countryside when it's illusory to hope for refueling or spare parts. With the Russian winters, panzers can no longer get away from the main roads to pounce on the rear of the enemy. You will need to proceed methodically by bombing your objectives for a long time. Well, we're on the defensive, bro. We can't bomb shit. All right, so at least we got some cohesion. But now look at this, man. Look at this. Look at this. Here we go again. All right, let's just see. Romania's out. I don't know why we had that three. So we got 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Well, let's look at our cohesion. Did we get? Okay, so he took our human waves against us, but we held. But our cohesion has been increased. We're gonna have to just spare our points carefully here. We've got 1 point here, and South. South has 2. So he's a 10% advance over there, and he's got a 1% over here. Now, if we look at these Russian armies, I mean, they got the numbers going on here. But remember something, they haven't got great generals. And remember something, this is a forefront too. I'd like to stick a hedgehog over there. That's what I'm thinking of doing. I'm thinking these guys need to fuss bait. And hold on, I'm going to stick a hedgehog over here. What do we have, oaks we could send? We could send those too. I'm thinking hedgehog. You know why? Hedgehog is defense in depth. I mean, if you read this, the defensive formation does not seek to hold a continuous line, but relies on small, highly fortified defensive areas. A hedgehog is a unit that gains a bonus in defense and loses the negative traits. Exposed flanks, stretched lines, and on either hand, it's easier to infiltrate, and its chances of finding a surrounded are increased. So you've got to watch out for that. Now, this is what I'm going to go with hedgehog. This is what saved Hitler. He actually made a right decision here. At this time, just before the Moscow offensive stalled, and the winter came and the German generals were pushing. And then then the generals came back and said, we must retreat. And he made a wise decision. He said, nobody takes a step back. So what the Germans did was, on the Moscow front, is they created these hedgehog defenses, this little pockets. And that decision enabled the Germans to hold the line, because if they had have retreated or gone back, this would have become a complete rout. It's one of few times Hitler's decision here to hold, not one step back, was the right decision. Because they broke all these Russian armies. I don't know if we're going to do it today. Don't be so optimistic. I mean, we're not. Okay, so he's 50%, yeah. So we got some problems, yeah. We have problems. He's 50%. Oh, where's the 50%? You said 50%. Is that one there? Well, you said 50%. Well, how come it's not 50? Let me just see. I'm looking at the wrong. Sorry, man. Okay, so we're looking at 50%. So 50%. It's this up. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. He made no progress. Human waves, human waves. Mm. Gosh, 2 points. Okay, where's he's not 10% here, and we control these three fronts. Okay, is there anything concerned here? Human waves. He made 2% increase, and he hit a few controlled by the parties. We know what that is. I'd like to restore communications. I promise you, I'd like to, but the problem is, yeah, there. Shit. Okay, we're gonna entrench here. Okay, and then here. Oh, jeez, what the hell happened here? Okay, good. Human waves. So he's done a 1%, 2%. He did it against our panzer groups. Anything drastic? Hey, brother, he's also in such shit positions. Oh God. And yeah, he's isolated. He's isolated. He's exhausted stretched lines, and he's exhausted stretched lines. Shit. Look at this. Look at this. It's an idea. He can be refit. He can. Hedgehog. Hedgehog. I don't know if it's the right decision. I don't know. I don't know. I'll tell you now, I don't know. Okay, yeah, he didn't do much. We can hold this. Alright. As far as we can. And yeah, we can hold this. And we can refit him. Alright, that's all we could do here, man. Jeez, it's shocking. I'm worried about this. Alright, next turn. Okay, I don't know what, Holter. Bef, I can't pronounce this. The Russians went on the counteroffensive, upsetting our forces and provoking the start of panic. At the headquarters, the time is right for settling of accounts, each one passing responsibility for the current situation. Meanwhile, the situation on the ground is deteriorating, and a firm decision must be taken. Should we allow the troops to fall back in more solid line of defense or order them to hold at all costs? But we don't want that. The Soviet offensive gained 10% progression. We lose cohesion, and zero cohesion armies lost our guns. Cohesion armies lose their guns. Where there are Soviet armies are in Hedgehog and pinned, armies gain one cohesion. Hold our positions. All right. The Führer orders. This is the order he made. This is the one I was talking about earlier in the video. You know, where he made this decision. That was Hitler's decision, and it was the right decision. His generals wanted to run for the hills, and he said, "No, you sit there and you hold." And the whole front would have collapsed if they had withdrawn there. If the Russians would have got the initiative, he was right with his decision, and they held him. But I don't know if it's going to be us here. The German, the Führer orders the large movement of recoil cannot be large movements of recoil cannot be executed. They only lead to losses of weapons and heavy equipment. The troops must be forced to a fanatic defense on their positions. Only this type of combat will give them enough time for reinforcements that I've ordered to arrive. He was correct. Armies are placed in hedgehog where there are Russian counteroffensive. Armies are pinned where there are okay, that's fine. Armies gain one cohesion where they are Russian. We've got to, hey, I mean, the things are got to be held. Okay, the Gold of the Rhine. Has ordered to regroup all the men being trained in the Reich and send them directly to the Eastern Front. This is of absolute priority. The two operations are activated: Gold of the Rhine and Valkyrie, in order to quickly raise new divisions, if necessary, drawing them from special reserves of manpower allocated to the economy of the Reich. Meanwhile, the Luftwaffe will urgently convert DCA or logistics units into ground combat units. These various measures should allow us to send up to 10 new divisions to the front by mid-January. He was scraping the barrel. The infantry reserves of Army Group Center increased from 1 to 3 per turn over the next few weeks. Okay, that helps. Infantry reserves of Army Groups North and South increased from 0 to 1. Okay, that's important. Okay, the Volkov front. The Soviets have just created a new front. Oh, goodness gracious me. This most certainly indicates that an offensive will occur in the sector. We must expect that the enemy will receive new means and we must be ready to stop him. The Volkov front. So you've got to watch out for this new front. Oh, goodness, man. Is this it? Yeah. Human ways, 0% advance. Okay. We're in Hedgehog. Where's this Volkov front? Okay, let's just go through this methodically. Okay, there's the two fronts over there. There's three fronts over there. Yeah, but Army Group North. Look at all these fronts. All of this. All of this. All of this. I just don't know where that Volkov. Oh, anyway, let's just go through all these fronts to make sure. Okay, south. We have some units over here, which we might need to refit and send, but let's just give an eye. Human waves, no progress. And human waves, no progress. Okay, we held there. Luckily for the Hedgehog. I think you're just going to have to hold, bro. We need your points everywhere else. And he's tired. What's his advancement here? It's 10%. Okay, leave him. The next order of battle for Army Group South is here. This is a forefront. Okay, he's pretty knackered over here. We're going to stay in this. I might just transfer one of these guys to help out over here. Army Group Center. Oh, there's nothing in there. We have it is 25%. He went 2% controlled by the party, and he destroyed one of the 43rd Corps. And it's a 5 front. Can you believe it? We need guys over here. Hey, brother, look at his cohesion, man. We're gonna have to do something about this. Now this offensive. Oh goodness. He made 4%, 2%, he destroyed 2 armies, and he encircled another army. Goodness. Ugh. That's a forefront. And then this little thing over here, also Army Group Center. Okay, I think you can just sit there. Alright, I'm not going to touch you. I'm just trying to see where I might... Yes. You reserve, controlled by the party and human waves. He made no progress. Okay, you're going to sit there. That's the best we can do. It's like putting out fires here. And over here... Just want to see if we need anything. There's nothing much we can do here. Here, area troops. We can hold there. Well, I don't know if we can hold. And there. Okay, good. Alright, so we got these little... Where is it now? I'm going to have to send one of these. I'm going to refit him here. Which is a better one. I'm going to refit him. And I'm going to send him... This is this police security corps. I'm going to send him to the center. Boom. Now in the center he can't do anything. Okay, so he's pretty buggered. Alright, he can't do nothing. He can't do shit here in the center. Should I send it? I'm just trying to see. This is a forefront as well. We have 1 point to spare. Eesh. If we do a defensive withdrawal here, how's that going to help us? Yeah, but give him 5%. Can we hedgehog him? Now let's hedgehog him. So we lose armies there, big deal. Yeah. Do you have any bandits here? No. He can't go to the front either. And he's pinned. So there's shit he can do. 5 fronter. And this little front over here. 4 fronts. At least we got some cohesion going here. We're not gonna defensive withdraw, okay. We're in hedgehog defense. We're gonna have to fussbait here, bro. And he's also got that one there, that's 50%. This is a real problem, yeah. This is an issue, yeah. He's exhausted and he's entrenched. He's just exhausted. If we... Yeah, but you see, he's already at 50%. If we defensive withdraw, we lose, I think we lose 5%. And then he can refit. I don't know. Yeah, we lose 5%, and then we can... Okay, let's defensive withdraw him. We lose 5%. Let's entrench him. Let's just entrench him. Okay. I don't know, that didn't help. We just lost some points there. He can't go yet. We need to do... Okay, there's 13%. We need to do something over here. He can't... Can he... How far is he? He's at 25. I'm going to hedgehog him. And... Shut. Maybe we can defensive withdraw, get him out of this pinned. He's still pinned. What the hell's the use of that? Oh, goodness. Alright, let's look here. You're just going to have to fussbait here, bro. I can't help you there. Okay. Over here. It's a 1 front. And yeah. These guys can hold off. They can hold off. Okay, I'm not touching them. This guy can sit in Ballisbuck. I'm gonna send this guy, this armored guy, I'm gonna send him to not the siege of Leningrad. I'm gonna have to send him to a strategic reserve. Yeah. I'm gonna have to send him to... He has got to help out here. He's not sitting over here. And he can refit and go to the front. think that's the best I can do. And then here, oh shit, all these O's are here. Here in the north. I didn't realize that all these O's are here. Okay, these guys need to go, man. I'm not irritated by that. Okay, next turn. The Crimean, Crimea in landing. The 44th Soviet Army landed in, I can't pronounce that, side of Crimea. This enemy presence will disrupt our operations for the capture of Sevastopol. Despite the mines and the Luftwaffe, a continuous stream of Soviet troops is landing in this beachhead. It becomes more difficult every day to expel the enemy from this peninsula. Oh, okay, oh, now I've got you on the brain. You need to get rid of some of this stuff. We don't need it. Alright, thank God we got him here. That's the Romanian. Finally. And there, Romania's got that one. And he must have this one. Okay, so he's got, let me just look here. He's got both of these, I'm sure. Alright. Okay, this is the Romanian front. Okay, so we're gonna have to. Okay, I'm just gonna entrench one guy over there. I'm gonna entrench one guy over there, and I'm going to, I don't know. They're both entrenched. I'm going to shell with one of these guys. My worry is, yeah. Okay, made 2%. This guy's... Jeez, bucket. Let me just look at all these fronts to see. Okay, how far is he? 3%. This is the south. We've got one security core. These guys need... I'm going to use all these troops. Go to the front, behind the lines, behind the lines, behind the lines. Okay, so we kind of like, we're holding here somehow by the hook of our crook and our teeth. And then he needs to go to the front. Okay, good. I will send him here. Oh, shit. Okay, he didn't make much progress, but he destroyed two of our divisions. Yes, bro. This is bad news. This is a Hedgehogs. And how far is he? 17. And this guy's almost done. We'll restore his communications. At least he's got... that means he's 2 points here. That's Army Center. And we're going to send somebody down. Human waves. No progress. Thank goodness for that. Yeesh. Okay, first things first. No. What's this counteroffensive like? Okay, we can hold there. We don't need to send. I'm going to use his points to send these divisions. Center, Mr. Fender. Both. These guys, center, Mr. Fender. Is he better? Yeah, he's better. He's a security. He's got more troops, but he's a more elite. Center, Mr. Fender. Okay, so in the center, Mr. Fender, we're gonna send one of these security corps to help out over here. Shit. You have to go to the front. I'm gonna refit you, and I'm gonna send you to the front. That's all I can do. That's it. And an army group south. He's got these two fronts to look after. There's a 12% and a 3%. He's holding. I think we can hold here. Okay, we got to keep him alive, so we'll send him some. We'll give him some air supply to keep him alive. And we've got one guy left over here. It's a 5 front. Look at his. He's got no. Yeah, he's got some cohesion. This bugger is built up. Yeah, he's ready to come. I'm gonna send him to there. He should have pitched up here. Alright, for next turn. And then now Army Group North. I think he needs to hold as long as he can. That's my opinion. And he's got good cohesion. He'll stop this. That's not my worry. Yeah, he made. Okay, he lost percentage because we. Well, he lost it because he attacked us. We destroyed the one army, the division of Zor. Oh shit! He's got nothing going on here. Yes. One little core. I think we need to. And yeah, okay, he'll just bomb out there. And yeah, he can just only, and here we can hold there. It's just, yeah, I think we need to supply somebody else here. Look at these armies here. So what is this? This is the severe breakthrough, and it's 42%. So I'm going to send it to severe. I don't want to send that. I'm going to send this guy to severe. Yeah, send him back there. Maybe he can help out here, because he's now. It's our offensive, really. That's the idea, yeah. But we're not gonna. I don't know why I said it's our offensive. I'm not gonna do any offensive moves in this particular operation. You can forget it. All right, next turn. The Luftwaffe returns. Attrition, lack of equipment, airfields, bad weather, and extreme temperatures had kept the Luftwaffe grounded. But with the return of clearer weather, the German wings are back. 2 groups of bombers who have been re-equipped in Germany, as well as a group of over 100 Junkers Ju-52 transporters, arrived to support the Central Army Group. The Central Army Group gains 5 aircraft. We need infantry. We need troops. I think this is the last turn, right? Okay, let's just see if we can. I think we've stopped all operations, so I think we're okay. Okay, control by the party. He's not going to do much over here. Control by the party. He's got no progress over here. Maybe we should withdraw. But withdrawing is not going to be enough time, because the time, it's the 3rd. It just goes to I think the 7th of January. Okay, Army Group South. Let's look and see. How's this offensive? I think we've held here. We've got 12%, and he's pretty salted over there. And he's got the 2 there. 6 and 12. He tried 3%. It's okay. Can't we refit him? He's in reserve. Well, you're going to go to the front, my friend. And you're going to entrench over there. And over here. Can we try a breakthrough? It didn't work. Didn't work. Alright, so. Let me go back out. We got 4 here by center. We got some oaks and we can send in the center here. So we got 45, 36. What happened here? 3%. He destroyed one of our 13th corps and he restored communications. A 5 front. Can you believe it? Alright, you're definitely going in a hedgehog defense. There we go. Alright. And then we got this going on here. 2%, 2%, advanced 2%, and a 4%. Ah! Hey, we'll restore your communications. We'll restore your communications. Isolated. This is the Milan's counteroffensive. And this little one, this one here, he restored and he didn't make any progress. We hanging on here. He's actually 45. We need to send. I'm going to send a reserve here to this Milan's counteroffensive. I'm going to send one over there. Yeah. Let him go there. Because then he's now fit and ready. This is this core. Help out over there. Okay, let's look over here. Yeah, we're gonna hold this. This is a good fitted army, and it's good army to hold here. Over here, I don't know. He's 2%, 0%. He came at us. Okay, we need to restore his communications. He's isolated. We'll do a defensive withdrawal with him, and then we'll entrench him. Okay, so he's no longer isolated. We lost some progress here, but we were not here to attack the severe front. We had to just survive. And there's nothing we can do here. And nothing. Okay, so that's our points. Now Romania. I'm thinking about what's his cohesion like? We've got 3 points over here. What's his cohesion? It's not great. It's alright. I'm just thinking he's got decent cohesion. This is not a fortified snow and it's the Black Sea. If we assaulted him, that didn't help. Okay, put him back on reserve. And if we assaulted over here, okay, so we tired him out. This is good. We kind of stopped that. All right, I think that's it. I think we finished here. Next turn. Major defeat. Major. Jeez, I got hammered here. We backed off, but we held. We backed off, but we held at last 12 points. At last 12 points. They did not complete any operations. The enemy was bridgeheaded at -2. But our losses, the siege of Sevastopol is hampered, and our plans to invade the Kuban next year will be delayed. Red Army, okay. So, geez, this is a tough one. So we backed off, but we held at last the 12 points. So he didn't complete any operations. The enemy, and the enemy has a bridge in Crimea. Fair enough. The siege, so we lost 2 there. But Wehrmacht losses 25%, minus 25% points. A major defeat. All right, so we got hammered here. Okay, good. It happens. Happens. I didn't expect this to be happening. I thought we might have got a victory here because we held. He didn't complete any operations. Okay, the Crimea bit was there. But I didn't expect. I must look at the win conditions of this thing again. Wehrmacht losses. Maybe because I didn't read that, man. I forgot about that. 25 points in losses he's talking about. I don't remember, we didn't have any armies that were completely encircled. We didn't lose any armies. We lost a few divisions. I think we lost a few divisions. Oh, that's what added this. Remember, there were so many points to lose an army, so many points to lose a division, so many points to lose a corps. And we lost a few corps. That's what happened there. Anyway, love this game. Major defeat for us. First time major defeat. We've got draws before and I've won a major victory and a minor victory. And we've got draws usually as the Germans, but this time we got hammered. Oh, all right, good. I love this game. Go get it. It's worth every cent. All right, I think that's. I think next time, if I had to play this again, I would. I didn't take the amount of losses. I was focused on not on stopping his objectives while we were playing. I was focused on that, making sure he doesn't complete any operations, and this stuck in my mind. This 12 points, but I didn't register about the losing. You lose an army, so many points. I can't remember what it was. You lose a corps, it's so many points, and and his losses were nothing. So your losses is a big factor here. Anyway, hindsight's a perfect science, eh? We always want to play with hindsight, but hindsight is not what happened. So I get my ass kicked. I'm probably going to be sent to the Bahamas or sent down to some lonely island. German out. Can't run this incompetent oak. Jeez, 15 points. Major defeat. All right. I think I covered everything. Sean from Combat Simulations. Please subscribe to my channel. It's free. And leave comments and suggestions. And watch my videos. Helps me a lot. And also like them. Helps me even more. All right. I'm going to fight this as the Soviets. The same scenario as the Soviets in the next video. Let's see if I can get some kind of win there. I hope I can. All right, until our next fight. Cauldrons of War Barbarossa. Good day on you.